What's up, you guys? Chris Banish here. It is such a delight to put this video together for you guys. I'm going to be talking about gratitude, honestly, because gratitude has been such a major player in my life. I like to practice gratitude in the morning and at night before I go to sleep, just to really, set the tone nicely for the day. So why am I talking about gratitude? It's so important because we oftentimes start our day off with negative thoughts. We're consumed by the media, and there's a lot of negative stuff going on in the media pretty much all the time. And we usually have that on almost 24/7. And it can be really difficult to have positive thoughts when all we're being fed is negativity. And we think that it's normal, but it's not normal. It's the reason why our lives are the way that they are. So let's dive in. Gratitude is something that you can look at your life and realize the beauty in it. We all have beauty in our lives. We may just be kind of pushed away from it because we're so consumed by negativity from the media, negativity from our thoughts as a result of the media. It's all kind of just like a vicious cycle that keeps, recycling itself, and we never really take the time to break it down and understand our lives, understand why we think we need to be so in tune with what's happening in the media, even if it is really unnecessary stuff. The fact is, this stuff has a negative effect on us. So when we wake up first thing in the morning, we have a tendency to, indulge in media right away, whether it's news, whether it's our phones, social media, anything. It's kind of all around us all the time, unless we make it so otherwise. Meaning that we don't let that consume us, if that makes sense, of course. So, how does this work? How does gratitude make our lives better? Well, because we're so consumed by negativity, we have a tendency to have negative thoughts. And we don't recognize the fact that there are so many great things happening in our lives. We kind of have this disconnection from ourselves, if you will. We have a tendency to really disconnect from our own personal life and rather indulge in somebody else's life or, the media, whatever's happening in the media. We have a tendency to sway away from ourselves and more so indulge in what's happening in the mainstream media, and often, a lot of it is very terrifying, but it's unnecessary at the same time, a lot of it, which is why it's so important to reground ourselves, and that's where gratitude comes into play. So what's the difference? Instead of waking up in the morning, and the first thing you do is check your phone, your news feed, everything, oftentimes we hear a lot of really scary stories, whether it is something relating to racism, something relating to a mass shooting, which unfortunately is happening all the time. A number of different things we'll hear in the news, and it is more often than not negative. And because of that, it kind of floods our subconscious minds with these negative ideas about life, and then it entirely reflects into our personal life, and it makes us think that our lives individually are negative, when they are in fact not at all. We actually have really great things happening in our lives. We're just so disconnected from that idea that we decide to sway away and indulge in these negative things, unfortunately. So, how do we turn this around? I'm going to start by saying how we turn it around, and then say, basically, how gratitude has the ability to basically flip things, instead of being upside down, right side up, make a better life for ourselves. Sorry. So, this is how it all starts. Instead of waking up, first thing in the morning, checking your phone, what you do is you take an hour to yourself. You do a nice breathing practice, do some nice stretching, try to be as present as you possibly can for this first hour. Do some journaling about yourself, because you may have dreams that night that really reflect on your life and help you figure out what to do moving forward. Do some reading, make sure that your brain is, refreshed. The breathing, and then there is a glass of water in the morning. Our brains are 70% oxygen. It needs it to be fresh and just to be ready to operate at its optimal performance. Then, what we can do is realize what we have in our lives. This is basically not in a religious sense. I mean, if you are religious and you want it to be that way, that's entirely your choice. And I respect that 100%. But this gratitude session is more so kind of like a meditation in a sense, if you will. Sitting with yourself and looking at the things that you have in your life. Whether they've costed money or they're free, just all the really great things that you have in your life. Because when you do this, you basically reflect on these beautiful things, and more often than not, you're going to end up smiling. And that's the beauty. You get to see the really, beautiful things that you have in your life. You have the ability to reflect on all of these things. And I myself, this morning I did it, and I was meditating, and I just kept saying, I was like, I'm so grateful. And I couldn't stop smiling. And the smile just stuck with me through the entire meditation. And so gratitude, it has the ability, instead of waking up in the morning to all of this negativity stemming from the media, stemming from the news, social media, whatever's happening, instead of indulging in that right away and then just, having this difficult time because you're stressed and you're just overloaded with all of this negativity, put that to the side. Just put that to the side, and what I want you to do is just reflect on every beautiful thing that you have in your life. Everything. Make a list if you have to. Jot it down. Take a notepad and, write your name at the top, put a smiley face next to it, and then just start jotting down the things that you have in your life, the things that you're grateful for. And you'll start to see a difference. See, rather than complaining about the world, complaining about your life, complaining about the things that's happening, the negative things that's happening, you have the ability, you have the opportunity to realize the positives, to realize the great things that are happening in your life. And not only that, but you have the opportunity to recognize your potential to create whatever kind of life you want to for yourself, to do something new today, to, create a relationship with somebody, to strengthen a relationship with somebody, to look inside of yourself and recognize that there's something in there that could be better, and that's all about, digging in, for starters, looking at the things that you're grateful for having, and then looking at the things that you can improve. And truly, when you replace gratitude with complaining, or if that makes sense, replace complaining with gratitude. There we go. Had to catch myself. I was in the moment there. Thank you. Replacing complaining with gratitude, you will see a difference. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this. There's so much more to come. I've been having a really great time doing these videos, and I hope that you're liking them. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, share your stories with me, share what it is you're grateful for, and let's grow together. See you in the next video.